Hey everybody, welcome to episode 2 of the 1-1000 Enterprise E Nemesis build. A lot of work has gone into the prep on this. It has taken a good week just in the prep work alone. So much had to be done. I mean, we're talking about filling little pinholes. We're talking about reconstructive surgery to make things look correct. A ton of just sanding and sculpting, and I'm still not 100% done. I'm like 98% there. I still have a little more work to do on the pylons. I'm not quite happy with them just yet, but I'm going ahead and moving forward with things like the wiring and mapping everything out. And then by the end of this video, you're going to go ahead and see the demo of the phaser array actually work for the first time. So that's going to be really exciting. William Mann and I really went over the details of the lighting system for this Enterprise E. We were kind of collaborating together. I mean, he did all the actual work, but I just was collaborating with him on the ideas on how things should function, how they should react, just the visual aspects of it. So he kind of followed my lead in that respect, but again, I will clarify, he did all the work for the programming and actually designing the board and everything else. I was just there kind of guiding him along with the behaviors of what the board should be doing. Anyways, I guess we'll go ahead and start looking at the ship itself and show you where I'm at. And yeah, so let's go ahead and just get moving on here. I just recently installed the spotlight for the registry. If we take a close look here, try and get this in front of the camera, you can see it, and it is just above the windows, just like in the film, and it's really bright and it works great. I will actually later on in the video, I will go ahead and show a little light demo, and I just have like some sanding and stuff I got to do up here, just clean that up a little bit, make it even with the hull. And you can see just how well the phaser array came out. It just went in beautifully. I actually had to install it a second time because I was, I guess you could say, an idiot. I had it kind of standing like this, bumped into the table. Again, before I say exactly what happened, I did only have it just spot glued in a couple spots to hold it in place so I could get the fiber optic to take shape. But what happened is it fell when I accidentally bumped the table, and it just poop, popped right off. So I had a very late night last night. I was like, you know what, since I have to reinstall it, which takes forever, by the way, I'm just going to do it all the way, get it finished, so that way I can focus the next day on actually working on the phaser array, getting that installed. So that's how that came to be. Let's go ahead and take a look at the hull here. And this is coming out beautifully. I have the spotlight, or not spotlight, excuse me, deflector dish LED shaved. It is diffused yellow. It's not very bright, so it's perfect for the deflector dish. And then, as you can see here, I got the pylon and the bottom half of the nacelle installed. I actually had to do a lot of work to get this to be straight, and let's try and get this in front of the camera here, and there we go. Which I have it straight now. It looks really good. But I actually had to shimmy it because when this was molded and everything, it was wanting to droop. So I had to actually take a little toothpick, and you can see right there where the toothpick is, and use that as a shimmy. What I did is I just did some spot gluing with some CA glue to hold this in place. And then I went back in with 30-minute epoxy and filled everything up, and used that as not only a filler but the final adhesion. And so this pylon's not going to come off, not unless you forcibly tear it off, and then that's going to actually hurt the whole model. but hopefully nothing like that ever happens. Here's the electronics board, and the wiring is coming out beautifully. I have to still do the interior lighting of it, but I have everything prepped up for the saucer, so that way I can just run the wiring there. And then I am going to see how well the photo etch shuttle bay fits in here, and I'll get that painted up probably maybe this video, or have that ready to go on the next episode. But again, this is just, it's turning out beautifully. When I was talking about still having a little bit of work to do on the pylon, it's just this little section right here. I'm not satisfied with it. I want to get it shaped up a little better. You can see it's not 100% perfect, and I don't want this model to not have any imperfections if I can help it. So also you'll notice too that I did some metal bracing here and up in the nose. The reason being is because the saucer is extremely heavy compared to the rest of the model. So I needed to make sure that this part would handle the weight, because what will happen over time is this will end up starting to cave in, and I pictured that this would eventually crack and fail. So I made sure to add this metal piece in here, and also this metal rod here, because there's going to be a lot of force going on this front piece from the saucer. So I'm just taking a lot of precautions and making sure that this is really steady and is going to last for the life of the owner, for as long as he has the model. I also did the same thing with the other side too. Got more bracing over here on this side, so that way we don't have to worry about any kind of catastrophic failures. And then I've just been kind of messing around with lighting and stuff. I actually got the dorsal lighting installed. It doesn't look all super pretty or anything on the underside, but that doesn't really matter much. You're not going to see any of that. And I have it all sanded and everything, so it's nice and smooth and fits properly. I also have, if you see where the foil is here, I have for the corners of the main shuttle bay hangar to have illumination, so that way you can kind of see the details of the shuttle bay doors when I install that. This is two white 3mm LEDs with a diffused blue in the center, which is a 5mm, and I'll tell you, it really comes out beautifully to replicate that Nemesis and also First Contact bluish white color for the windows up on the upper sections of the saucer, so it's going to match that really well. I still haven't really got the primary part of the top of the saucer down with the blues and whites just yet. I'm just not 100% satisfied. You can take a look here with this. It looks pretty ugly, but that's because this is just temporary on this strip. But I went in, I did white, blue, white, blue, white, blue, and it's kind of doing more of a flag effect, I guess you could say, where it's like the colors stay separated. I didn't want to do that, so I might actually end up doing some long strips and then just kind of alternate the blues and whites between those three strips, and then kind of come up with a more even illumination. I have been having some problems with getting the impulse engine area to illuminate properly. I'm really not satisfied with it, so I'm actually having to do some sculpting and making some crevices on the underside, because this is just one solid piece. And then what I'll do is I'll just have this kind of sit in there. You can see how that's kind of starting to go down. I have to get deeper though. But once I do that, I'll get it close to this solid plate here. And with this being clear, a clear part, it'll actually end up acting like its own kind of light source. So it'll even everything out more and boost it up towards the top saucer and come through the body and the impulse engine area more evenly, so it doesn't look like two LEDs are pointing up at it. I will also be doing a demonstration of that, possibly at the end of this video or on the next episode. Again, this is not a fast process. This build is in no way going to be quick. There is so much work that has to be done with it to get this right. Heck, I haven't even installed any of the photo etch yet, and that's going to take a long time to do because there is a ton of it. I think there's almost 100 pieces of photo etch that have to be installed on the entire ship. So, yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and just have me go work on installing the phaser array stuff, and then we should be shooting on over to the demo. So, anyways, let's get to it. Okay, so, oh my goodness, it's finally time after all night and part of the day and everything else, because there was a glitch in it, so it ended up running all wacky instead of doing what it's supposed to. But I went ahead and spoke with William Mann. We troubleshooted it. I did some rewiring, and now it is perfect and good to go. So, with no further ado, I'm going to go ahead and plug the sound directly into the camera so you can get the full effect. Alright, so that's it. I didn't want to make this video too long. I've done so much more work to the Enterprise E. As you saw there, obviously I've done a lot of wiring and everything else. I'll do more of the lighting features come next episode because there's just a ton more wiring I need to do, and I'm still messing around with the blue and white kind of mixture. I want to get that just right so that it really resembles the ship properly. So yeah, that's pretty much it, and I guess I'll catch you guys next time around. So have a good one, everyone.